Hello. So my name is Bethany, and this is my very first video. And I honestly just felt as though God was placing this on my heart um, to, I don't know, we'll see where this goes, and we'll see what He wants me to do with this. But I just wanted to make this for those who are Christians and who are struggling, that still like battle with certain things. So whether you still struggle with anxiety, or you still struggle with depression, or you still struggle with suicidal thoughts, or you still struggle with like whatever that is that you struggle with, like fill in the blank. But you're a Christian, and it can seem like sometimes it can seem like, why do I continue to keep struggling with these things? And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. And I'm sure that a lot of people have said that or have told you that, but I just know from personal experience that it can feel like you are alone. It can feel like everybody else that's walking around, everybody else that's at church, they're all just like, or in your Christian circle or whatever, they're just like always happy, and they're always like in a good mood, and they're just so joyous and joyful. And maybe you don't experience that all the time, and you feel down, you feel depressed, you still struggle with that, you still battle with that, but it can seem like others around you don't, you know? And like I said, I'm just here to tell you that you're not alone in that battle and in that struggle. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt like God was placing this on my heart, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'm going to upload it anywhere. I don't know if I'm going to keep it for myself. I'm just not exactly sure, but we'll see where He leads me with this. But all I know is that I feel a lot better and a lot more at peace with myself and with my walk with God whenever I hear somebody else being honest with their walk. Because when you go on Instagram or you go on YouTube and you see these like Christian vloggers, and they're just like so joyous, or like they make like the YouTube reels or the YouTube shorts, whatever they're called, and they are and they're just like always in a good mood. They're just always in a good mood, and they just like, or they just like talk about like the superficial things. I don't know. I've been through some stuff, and I go through a lot mentally and emotionally. And my stuff is not, I'm not trying to make myself sound like so much bigger than everybody else's. I'm just like everybody else. But it's not like this, so like, oh, like, whatever. Like, it's like some stuff, okay? And, it can just feel in my own personal walk when I go to church, or when I go here, when I go there, it can seem like a lot of people are more, or are ahead of you, or further along in their faith, because they always have a smile on their face. They're always joyous. I never see them down. I never see their mood change. They're always hee hee ha ha, kiki kaka. They're always like so happy. And I struggle with it because I'm like, I'm not in a state of constant joy. When I read the Bible, isn't that how I'm supposed to be? I'm always supposed to be joyful. I'm never supposed to complain. I'm not supposed to like be anxious or like be sent into a panic. Don't mind my nails. I hope you don't see them because they're getting done tomorrow, okay? But like, yeah, like just always in a good mood, always positive, smiling, sharing the love of Jesus wherever you go. And I still struggle with depression. I still struggle with anxiety. I still struggle with like discernment and like indecisiveness and a lot of mental battles. And it can feel like when you're a Christian, it's like, why am I still struggling with this? It's a constant battle. And I just really appreciate when I listen to a podcast or I listen to a video, people are super honest with their walks with God, and they even like mention their doubts, like the things that they doubt or the things that they question. You know, I'm around a lot of people that are like not like that, and sometimes I do have my doubts, I do have my questions, or I do have my feelings, you know, and whatever. I just have these things in my head, and I have these mood swings where I'm like high and then I'm low and then I'm high and then I'm low. And I feel like it's very rare that I see people like that in person. So like when I can hear someone talking about it and like they're just being raw and they're being real about their emotions and how they're feeling and what they're going through and how they're battling with whatever they're going through, I genuinely appreciate it. And I just kind of wanted to do this to like encourage people and to kind of even just, if I continue with this, like record my journey and my growth and my walk with God, and to be able to relate to others and others to relate to me, and knowing that it's going to be a constant battle, but to keep going, because I mean, I hear it's worth it. So no, my walk with God it's a lot, but it's truly amazing. And you know, I'll if I continue, I'll probably give like a full-blown like testimony and get into everything. But I really don't know where I would be without him. I really don't know. I can see his hand and his spirit in my life. Just looking back on my life at a lot of things that I've gone through, and he's really gotten me through it all. And I'm incredibly thankful and grateful for every single thing that he's done. But my point for this video today is to just let people know that you're not alone, and it's okay. It is okay, because you will have to battle and struggle. And just because people put on this face or whatever, you don't know how they are in private. You know, maybe they really are just a joyous person. Also, a lot of things can play into that. You know, I think also like what you've been through, your trauma, just different things that you've gone through can really like beat a person down. So that could play into it, and your moods and your time of the month, and like all these different things can play into it. But nobody's perfect, and nobody has a perfect life, and none of us have reached this level of perfection where we are just so perfect, and everybody's different. It also depends on their personality too. So you might be more of like I don't know, more energetic person or more passionate person, or things might hit you differently. But somebody else, when they go through something, they're just more even toned, they're more calm. But you also don't know why they're like that. It could be because they're stuffing it away, because they're just used to like not dealing and processing their trauma or what they're going through, or that's just their personality. So everyone is different, just know that we all have our struggles, we all have our battles. It is normal, but to not stay in that, you know, recognize your weaknesses, but also work through it. And that's what I try to do, is like, I recognize, okay, these are a couple points. God will point it out on me, or God will convict me. These are a couple things that you need some work in, okay, babe? And I ask him to give me the strength to help me with these things. And it's a process. It's a literal process, but I'm just letting you know that you're not alone in that process. Like, there are other people, including me, that are still struggling. I have been struggling with a lot of things, even since I was like a kid. And there have been some things that I have been able to overcome or to get better with honestly, with God's strength. Like, some things are just a complete miracle. But yeah, that's the point of this, is it's okay that you're a Christian and maybe you're not joyous all the time. Maybe you still experience jealousy. Maybe you still experience bitterness. Because I can start shaming myself too, and being like, why are these feelings, why are these emotions arising in me? Like, I'm not supposed to be feeling these feelings, you know? Like, this isn't supposed to happen. But I think that that's when God really is able to come in and show you his true power. Because, like, that verse in First Corinthians, second or first, can't remember, I think it might be second, but where Paul says, when he is weak, then he is strong. Because in his weakness, Christ is able to, like, empower us. He's able to show us his power through our weakness, so that we know that it's not us that's doing it, it's him. That way we rely on him for our strength instead of relying on our own strength, you know? And that's how I kind of like to view my weaknesses, or the things that I still battle with, because I know that if I overcome, like, whatever I'm going through in that moment, it's not in my own strength, it's in God's strength. So yeah, please don't shame yourself because you're still struggling with the same thing that you have been struggling with for however many years. Please don't guilt yourself, because I mean, literally shaming yourself and guilting yourself is not going to help. It will actually only make matters worse. So please give yourself, sorry, there's a car. Please give yourself some grace and allow yourself to just, like, make room for God to truly work in your life. And yeah, so I don't know, we'll see where this goes. I hope that everything that I said, you know, just makes sense, and I hope that it's even able to help even just one person to know, like, there are people out there, girl and boy, that are still struggling, okay? Just because you're a Christian, just because you come into this lifestyle, just because you come into a relationship with God, does not mean that all of a sudden it's just, it's easy. You just live this, like, joyous life, and you're just constantly on cloud nine, and you're just like, it's just rainbows and butterflies from here on out. It's not like that. It definitely isn't. We're not perfect, and we won't be perfect until we go up into glory. But until then, we are in a refining process. And yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah, we'll see. I would love to come on here and share my testimony and kind of go through that, but I don't know. We'll see. So, anyways, all right.